Good morning, everyone. This is Susan Song. I am coming to you from a church. I don't have a photographer today, so I have my camera, my phone, on a little tiny tripod. It's a little windy out here. I'm hoping that it will stand up and not be knocked over by the wind. I'm at a church today because I am here to call upon the religious leaders to do what is right, and that is to speak out for the animals and to teach the congregation, their parishioners, their worshipers, that the kindness that they teach, compassion, mercy, love, should extend to all sentient beings, not just humans. Just because the animals don't have a voice does not mean that we can discriminate against them and abuse them and exploit them. That is the basis for all things. It's a little windy here, it's wobbly. The camera might not stay, I don't know, but I'm gonna try to go stand where that gentleman is in the blue coat with my sign. So wish me luck. I don't know how it's gonna unfold. I'm at a large church in our local area. The 11 o'clock service will begin. The 12 o'clock service will begin shortly, so they'll be gathering. They'll be coming up from the parking lot, and I'm going to stand there with my sign to capture the worshipers, to be kindness to all animals. Don't be naughty. It's the Christmas theme. Don't be naughty. Be nice. Go vegan. How many times have you heard people say, oh, the Bible says that you can eat animals, that the animals are here for our use? Aren't you? That is just, they hide behind the Bible, their religion, to condone their animal cruelty and exploitation. And, there's just no excuse for that, We're not living in the biblical times. We have every resource in the world. There's just absolutely no reason. And, to say the Bible says so, it's just not an acceptable excuse anymore. And, to have a worship on Sunday and pray to their gods about kindness and compassion, and they go home and eat ham dinner, roast beef, turkeys on Thanksgiving, it's just contradiction, and the religious leaders have a moral responsibility to do something about that. In South Korea, the Catholic priests are well known to love their dog meat. They raise dogs in their churchyards, and at their annual bazaar, they would slaughter their dog that they've been raising for a year or two, and then slaughter it and, share the meal. So, yeah, that's what I'm here. So wish me luck. I hope the camera stays. Like I said, it's a little windy and it's on a little rinky-dink tripod. So I'm going to stand right there, and hopefully you'll capture some of the people's reactions and maybe some of what they say. I hope so. Hang in there. Well, that didn't take long. I'm already being asked to leave by a member of the church. Let's see if I can capture what he has to say. Okay?
You're going to film me?
You've been on... No, you're not... No,
I'm going to call the police.
Okay. Did you hear that? He said he's going to call the police. Good morning.
I think it's horrible
What's horrible?
that you're
In front
standing
of a
there.
church.
That it's horrible?
Our church.
Respect your church?
Yeah.
Isn't that what I'm doing by talking about being nice? How is that not nice? By the way, I don't have you on camera. I'm facing myself so you can see it's me.
I'm concerned that now I will have to advertise all the other alternatives to vegan. My brother is a vegan.
Uh-huh.
I have no objection to being vegan.
Right.
I have an objection to you coming here without permission. Just as with political signs, if a Democrat comes in and says, I'm going to advertise it, I'm going to put flyers on all the cars, I have to, by state law, allow all the others. And I don't want to get into politics and all the others. The same is true with signs like this that take a perspective. And I'm disappointed you didn't come and talk about it ahead of time.
Well, is this a perspective? Isn't this what you teach in there, is to be kind and compassionate to all sentient beings? Isn't that basically the foundation of your teaching? It
is, but you're taking a political stance here.
This is a political stance.
You are taking a political stance by standing in front of my church. So
you do agree with the sentiment that we should be kind to the animals?
My brother is a vegetarian.
No, I'm asking you.
No,
what's your position in this church?
We don't take a position on being vegan. We take a position on being kind to all people.
No, not
and to all animals.
Right. So you do take a position on being kind to.
Do.
So do you tell your parishioners to not eat meat?
No.
Why not?
Because
why? I mean, if your teaching is to be kind and have love and compassion for all sentient beings, which includes the animals, doesn't that mean that we shouldn't be eating animals?
But why would we not be giving them for food?
You should be soliciting in front of our church, though, doing that right now. It's rude.
Okay.
It's rude?
Yes. Let me be clear. I object to you standing here. If you want to go stand in front of a Stop and Shop, which is selling food that is an alternative to this, you're free to do so. But I object and resent you coming and presuming you have to...
What is your position?
Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said. I just want to know
what why aren't you answering what I said?
I said I need to know what your position is here in this.
You don't
I need to know who you are. Are you a parishioner?
You don't need to do that unless you've asked permission to stand here first.
But I'm asking you what your authority is at this.
I'm not a pastor.
You're the pastor. Okay, that's different. So yeah, absolutely, I respect your position. I understand, and every establishment has different policies.
This is sacred ground and it's private property. You don't belong here, ma'am. Okay.
So this is a private ground?
Yes. This is a private.
I'm unaware. I've never done this before.
Well, then don't do it again. Okay, and shut this thing off.
This is on me. Don't touch my stuff. That's violent.
Shut that off, then.
You can't physically assault me. What is your position here, sir?
I'm going to call.
I'm speaking with the pastor, and he's educating on what I can and can.
Sacred ground, and you're protesting.
What is your position here, sir? You just attacked me physically.
I'm a parishioner. And I don't want you on my church ground.
I'm talking to your pastor.
Yeah, well, how about going talking somewhere else, all right?
You can't touch me.
No?
Call
and
the
you
police.
Can't be on this ground.
You just touched me twice.
That's right. I'll touch you as much as I want because you're on my grounds here.
So this is why you're teaching your parishioner to attack people who are trying to do the right thing on a Sunday?
You're not doing the right thing. You're not doing the right thing, okay?
What is eating the animals? Is that the right thing? I'm trying to speak out on behalf of the animals.
You're a vegan? You're a vegetarian? Good. Take your own program.
So you eat animals then, right?
I'll eat any animal. That's right.
So this
even
is
a skunk like you.
I think we're going to have a nice.
So, Pastor,
we're going to
Get
pray
off
now.
of the church property.
We're going to pray, and we will pray for you, and you can stop the video now.
I can. This is Pastor. This is why I'm
get
here.
Off the church property. This is church property.
Please let me handle it as a pastor.
Yes.
Because I have the authority to do so.
Pastor, this is this is why I'm here. I'm here for kindness. That gentleman physically assaulted me twice, and he said he would eat anything. Right. So
that's him.
That's him. And I'm pleading to you to please speak out on behalf of the animals, to extend the same kindness.
So it doesn't matter that you and I didn't have this conversation before.
I have it on me, just so you know. It's my face, not you.
I'm leaving now, but I'm telling you, I resent and object to your being here on church property, espousing something. We do not preach diet.
It's not a diet. I'm talking about compassion. I'm talking about leaving animals off your dinner table.
Right.
Not killing the animals. I don't care if you eat celery, if you eat tomatoes, that's your prerogative. But when it comes to killing God's innocent creatures, then it becomes my business as well as yours.
And the next time you come here, I will ask you to let me know what it is.
Yes, I would love to sit down with you and speak with you.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. You have trespassed onto church property.
Right. Well, now I know. I thought that church was a public place. I thought I could come here. I thought I could come to any church.
You think we're just like Stop and Shop?
Well, actually, Stop and Shop is a private place. So, yeah.
So they're a private place and we're a public place?
No, I thought that a church was anyone is welcome to church. And
Anyone is
especially...
welcome in church. Right. Let me be clear. Please go.
I will go. I will definitely go. If you can let me stand here till noon, I will stay here till noon and I go. Can I do that, sir?
No, please go.
Go now.
Please go because you've disrespected our church.
I am not here to disrespect.
You didn't know you were doing it. I understand that.
Right,
Please
right.
go.
And I'm trying to tell you that there are people who are eating animals who are not thinking about the animals.
Understood.
And so will you please bring it up in your sermon perhaps to your congregation about extending kindness, mercy really, to all sentient beings. That's all I'm asking. It's Sunday. I have family. I have much better things to do as well. But I know what the animals go through. Some 60 billion animals are slaughtered throughout the year around the world. And those are all God's creatures. You have to go. Thank you. Well, people, there you have it. You got to witness exactly what religious people say and do when we are out here trying to speak out for the animals. This is why we need to call upon our religious leaders to do the right thing. The parishioners attacked me. They physically touched me twice at least. I had not one person supporting my action today. One gentleman said, "I'll eat anything." And they just don't agree with what I've done this morning, that I was disrespecting the church by being here. I have no right to be at this church. The church bell is ringing. I think that it's really ironic that it's really, really sad to know that the religious people have only room for love and compassion for themselves and not for the animals. And it's clear that we need to make that change. So if there are those of you who attend church, I would like to ask you to speak to your religious leaders and discuss animal rights. Challenge them, because I personally have gone to church since I was a child, and I have never heard any of my religious leaders speaking out for the animals ever. And when I became an animal rights activist, that's the day I stopped going to church, because it just wasn't right that what we learn in church only applies to our human beings, and it excludes our fellow inhabitants of our planet, our animals, who are just as sentient as we are. So challenge them and speak out for the animals. So I'm sure that many of these parishioners will go home to their ham lunch, dinner, roast beef, pork, I don't know. Hopefully they will talk about it, because I spoke with the pastor of this church, and hopefully it will be on his mind, and maybe they'll discuss it amongst themselves. It was abundantly clear that I'm not allowed to be here, spoken by the pastor. And the parishioners. It was really, really disappointing that they behaved like thugs. It's all captured on this video. They behave more like thugs than Christians. It's really shameful, and it's all captured here. So please share it. Let the world know what we need to do. Thank you. Happy Sunday.